I graduated from high school in '75, and I graduated from college in '79. So I was very much, I think, a product of the '70s and the Title IX women's movement. In high school, I was a four-sport athlete, and again, this is the '70s. So what really opportunities we had initially were individual sports. So I started in the sport of tennis, and then I also worked my way through track and field. And then the next year, as I was in high school, we had opportunities in team sports of volleyball and basketball. I'm from the era that we had boys' locker rooms and girls changed in the bathroom stalls. I'm from the era that we wore Chuck Taylor high tops, and we taped our ankles with athletic tape on the outside so we'd have support in our shoes, because we didn't know how to tape ankles. We played with hand-me-down equipment from the boys, or we bought our own. Back in the day, back in the '70s and early '80s, we had no co-ed physical education classes in our public schools. Back in the day, we wore pennies that we pulled over, as opposed to having uniforms. The boys' teams were on buses. The girls traveled in coach-driven vans. We had early morning practice or we had late evening practice because those were the times that were available to us. We didn't have athletic training rooms and athletic trainers. We didn't even have access to a weight room. The boys earned awards, and the boys got letters, and the boys got letter jackets. We didn't have opportunities to get that. We kind of got a girl, and that was our thanks. The media never really caught on till later in the '80s, as far as even giving coverage. And back then, it wasn't social media, of course, it was the newspaper, right? That was the main vein to any small town, for sure. The articles that we had were written by the coaches. The statistics were computed by the coaches. Very rarely did our girls' teams or women's teams ever get pictures. But the boys and the men's teams had all of that. I've lived the trends all the way through. I've seen the growth. We've gone from play days to all of a sudden season schedules to being able to have state tournaments. We've made progress. You know, right now I see, as a former coach, former athlete and former coach for several years, I see girls' participations and women's sport participations up. I see more opportunities being offered to girls even on the high school level. We're seeing more wrestling opportunities. We're seeing more hockey opportunities for girls. We even have some young ladies playing on boys' high school football teams. So we're going the right direction. I think we still need women in leadership roles. And I don't think we just give them a title. That's not the point. The point is really giving them opportunity. You know, we need to be hiring the best person. We need to be hiring the best candidate for positions. And if the position calls for a woman to have a seat at a table, then she needs to be paid to have a seat at that table because she's a voice of many. So we need to really continue to create a culture of opportunities. And I don't care if it's opportunities in the military. I don't care if it's opportunities in NASA. I don't care if it's opportunities in education or administration. We still need to continue to go forward. I think we have to prove ourselves, and I think we need to continue to search out opportunities to be able to prove ourselves. I think as women in general, we need to get doors opened, but we need to be the one walking through that door and earning our stripes. But we need to have that opportunity, and we got to continue to seek those out. We got to remember always that if it wasn't for the movement that is current right now, if not for them, we wouldn't be where we are. But I'm definitely a proud product of the '70s, and I was able to really carve out a unique skill set for myself where I was able to teach, to coach, and to be an administrator on high school and college levels of different variety. So I've been able to do that. And I guess more than anything, I found out that leadership really is not about a credentialed PhD. Leadership truly is life-taught experiences out in the field. That's leadership. So if we can continue to play it forward, continue to create instruments of inspiration for young girls, that's where it's at.